Yeah, hey everyone, Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and we're doing our AI Only Championship Series 2020. We are on the finals, finally. And the final four are Catherine, Gandhi, Pedro, and Teddy. So we have 2x winners, and then we have France and Teddy. So this is rather going to be an interesting, I think, finals for us. So if you missed the earlier episodes, how the finals are going to work is we're going to roll 3 games. We'll do 315 turns each. At the end of every game, we will calculate scores, or basically write down everyone's score for that game, and then we will add up everyone's score and we will determine the winners based on whoever has the largest score after 3 games. So, you know, if you have one really good game where you end up destroying everyone else, you're going to get a lot of score. So I'm thinking we're going to do small. Tiny technically is for 4 players, but I think tiny is just a little too tiny. So I think we'll do small, and we're doing, do we want to do shuffle? Yeah, I think we do shuffle 3 times just so we get a bit of a randomness as well. So I think with that, let's go ahead and load into the game and let's see what we end up with. So see you guys in a sec. All right, so I did actually go and switch to a tiny map for a couple reasons. Number one, I think on a small map, aren't there 3 religions, which would then leave 1 civ without a religion, or at least only 1 civ without a religion. And I don't know, I kind of didn't like that. Also too, the map we spawned into just had a little too much room. Like Teddy and Brazil were on top of each other. India and Catherine were on top of each other, but then the differences between the 2 groups, like they were just so far apart, like they weren't going to see each other for a long time. So other thing to keep in mind, because there's only 4 civs, if someone gets an absolutely horrific start, kind of like that Canada start we had earlier, we probably will go ahead and restart, just because we want to make it as fair as possible. Now this is a rather interesting map. Pretty much everyone has a pretty bad start because they all spawned on top of each other, but there are so many other islands here. I actually love this. Like, you could say Gandhi right now is in a really bad spot, but like there's all these islands over here that no one exists on that I really, really love this start. Yeah, I think this is going to be a rather interesting, like this is almost like a challenge map for the finals, and I love it. I love it. We're definitely going to get some wars because everyone's right on top of each other, number one. India's got to move a little bit faster here, though, because they need to get 3 cities up. Brazil has a little more territory here, and you could argue, you know, it's a little easier for Brazil to get to certain islands versus India, but, like, not necessarily. I mean, India could come all the way over here. Yeah, I like this. If anyone has a really bad start, it'd actually be France, because the only place France could really go would be over here. But like, once again, France could literally just come settle all the way over here. There's no loyalty pressure at all. So I think this is going to be interesting. I like this. I like this. I kind of hope no one gets eliminated just because I like don't actually want to go do the score, which would be one argument for a small map, so that we would be very unlikely to have to deal with someone getting eliminated. But yeah. Yeah, so let's launch. We are only doing 315 turns. I think we actually maybe only did 250 last year, so I don't know. I don't know. We could stop it at 252. We'll kind of see how the episodes shake out. If it like seems like 315 is just stupid, then I don't know. We might keep advancing. So Brazil declared an early war on India. That's not going to work out too well for them, mostly because they only have 2 warriors. Looks like Teddy's going to go for an early France declaration, but they're not really in a position either. Then again, France might actually do the war. I don't know. Looks like France is going for the barbarians. Now, if France loses a lot of troops here on the barbarians, which is kind of happening, that might push Teddy towards a declaration here. India's popping out archers. That is extraordinarily good at this point in the game. That is going to maybe allow them to push Brazil. And that's the other thing. We talk about, you know, them being in a bad spot. I mean, they could always just go conquer. So they got 4 cities. They just got 4 cities. Brazil's had 4 cities. Teddy has 4. France is only at 3, but they do have the 4th settler up. I'm assuming she has locations she can settle. If I click on her, can I actually see her loyalty? No. No, the loyalty is generalized. Okay. So Teddy's actually going for the barbarians right now, so they seem to be okay with each other as of now. Like, there's not going to be any war anytime soon. They're not denounced either. India is now pushing. That would be hilarious. Oh, you know what the other funny thing is about this? We got the 2 ex-winners together, and we got the 2 first-timers together. Like, did France make the finals last year? I'm trying to remember. It was Wilhelmina, it was Gandhi, it was Chandragupta. Who was the other? Who was the 4th? I don't think it was France. I think it was Gorgo. Wasn't it Gorgo? I think it was Gorgo. It was someone really unlikely. So I think both of these civs, I think both Teddy, because I know Teddy's never made the finals before because he's always crapped out, I think, every single time in the knockout rounds. He's always crapped out. So him making the finals has been pretty spectacular. France hasn't made the knockout rounds maybe once, I think. So this is first time for both of them in the finals. Now, if this was a legit game, this would be rather interesting because you'd have experience versus no experience, but you know, whatever. Varu are popping out, so Brazil's looking pretty sketch at this point. Teddy's going straight for Paris, which I have to say is a dumb idea. Would love to see him take Nantes. Now, the thing is, he's not going to be able to hold on to any of these cities, but in the scheme of things, this actually is one of the times where it's not going to be the worst thing. And maybe even ninjaing Paris isn't terrible. Because what's going to happen is essentially you're just going to set him back. And by him, I mean her. You're going to set France back a little bit. And that's going to allow you then to just take a little bit of a lead. And keep in mind, this is not like this game. If you have a bad game here, that doesn't immediately mean that you're going to be out of it. Even if you get eliminated, I think you still have a potential chance because it's going to be the best of 3. So, not the best out of 3, the best sum of 3. I don't know. I don't know the best way to describe that. Oh, and Brazil's capital's right there, which actually is not a bad thing because most likely India will piece him out as soon as he grabs Rio. Rio should fall here. I would be absolutely shocked if it didn't. Wait, how did that archer just die? He also even has the galleys coming in. Oh, but then the galleys are getting ninja'd, but that Varu has enough HP. Oh, the slinger's helping out Brazil. Oh my gosh, he grabbed it barely. Like, look at that. He's got like 5 HP or less. He has no HP on that Varu. Man, the slinger, the barbarians almost ended up helping out Brazil. Now, the other Varu is going for Brasilia. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. However, I don't know what he's doing with these settlers right now. Also, Brazil has 2 more settlers up right now. So, you know, in the scheme of things, he might be okay. Teddy, while we were so concerned over there, ended up grabbing Paris. So right now, it looks like this game's between Teddy and India. Now, FYI, actually, how are you holding Paris right now? Like, really? Huh. Okay, now it's flipping. Because Chicago's the only town here that could actually be grabbing it. Now, Philadelphia might actually get conquered by barbarians here. Although they look like they're going straight for France, which is interesting. France now has swordsmen coming out. They also have catapults, which is going to help switch the game here. Because Teddy doesn't really have much of anything. So this might just allow France to make a push themselves. Rio is flipping in 15 turns. It's still going to take a minute. Looks like they pieced. No, they did not, but India got knocked back at least for the time being. Those barbarians are still hanging out around there as well. This is really going to be interesting because we're going to have to keep an eye on who's the first one to actually send settlers across the water. Because that might be what wins/loses you the game, is how quickly you can go settle other islands. I really like this map. I do. Just because, like, I wouldn't want this map all 3 times, and we're probably going to end up putting the names in a different order next time, too, just to try making sure that people don't spawn next to each other, because we would love to see, like, you know how we have France and Teddy next to each other? We would love to see France and India next to each other, you know, just so it's as competitive as possible. And I don't know if there's a way we can guarantee it, because with 4 players, ideally, there would be 3 opponents to spawn next to, so over 3 games, you should spawn next to each different opponent one time. That would be kind of what we'd want to see. Hattusa, you don't have any. Teddy has 2 envoys, though. If Teddy can grab you, that would be a decent little surplus of troops here. Now, Philly is starting to get potentially under siege here. Like, this catapult's going to do some damage. Teddy does have an archer now, though. Washington's got walls, which is safe. He is getting a horseman, but that's going to be a little slow. I don't know why you just moved your catapult away. That was a dumb idea. But the swordsmen, man, they're coming. France is not out of this. Paris, though, is still 100% loyalty towards Teddy. And he now has walls there as well. Interesting. Rio is still India, but not for much longer. Looks like the 2 civs that got destroyed have the religions. It's Brazil and France, which, I don't know, maybe it'll help them catch up. Oh, no, there's 3 religions on this one. Oh, so small then everyone could get a religion. Well, then. Alrighty. Alrighty. I have never clicked that tab. Is that new? Have I never clicked that tab before? Huh. India, France, and Brazil. So Teddy's the only one without a religion. I don't think I've ever clicked that tab before. So right now, France and Brazil are at the bottom. Keep in mind, it's best score out of 3. So this isn't necessarily one of those ones where you want to, like, you have to win, but, you know, we're not at that point yet. This is the first game. You just want to put out a respectable score, I think, at this point. You know, somewhere around the, like, 1600 range, I think, is probably where we end up, if I recall correctly. Now, with this particular map, that might be a little high. Is there something to be said about having this? Nah, I mean, the thing is, the score shouldn't really change based on the map type. The size, yes, but the type, no. Now, these islands are going to be a little hard to take because of the barbarians, but once again, like, the AI should be able to handle it. Brazil is actually the first one to settle another continent. All right. And Brazil ended up cutting out France. So I think France is probably in the worst spot right now. And that's mostly because they lost Paris. And the other thing is now he has a full, encampment district with full walls as well. Dang, dude, France? This is gonna be a bad game. This is gonna be hard for France to catch back up. Oh, and Teddy's popping out the Caravel, which is gonna give him a huge garrison defense boost in all of his cities as soon as he pops that out. Also, that means he has full access to oceans. So he should be able to start settling some other islands. We shall see if it happens. It looks right now he is a little more worried about Mother Nature than settling. France also has another settler. The question is, can she go settle up here with full loyalty, number 1? And number 2, can she access ocean tiles? She's getting masonry, so as of now, it doesn't necessarily look like it. Teddy's getting square rigging, so he's going straight for frigates, I guess. Would love to see some settlers popping out, Ted. How's Brazil doing now that he's got his capital back, which I'm assuming happened? Yeah. He's not super far behind. And in fact, he survived the war elephant rush. And he's starting to settle other islands before everyone else. Ironically, he has a religion. He might be in a better spot than Gandhi at this point. Potentially. Because I imagine... Did he spread his religion as well? No. Yeah, he did. Unless one of these is Hinduism. We can't actually tell because I think they're both green. Hold up. I'm trying to figure out this religion here. Yeah, this is all... No. They were just both green. I was like, did he end up taking him over with his religion? Seriously, are those supposed to be different colors? All right, screw this. I am switching my monitor to Adobe RGB. Color mode. Also, wait, why is my refresh rate at 60 hertz? What are we doing, Brian, with our life? I have no idea. Hold up. This might completely screw up my recording. Also, are we not in... hold up. We just completely messed this up. Personalized display settings. Should not have done this now. We are not on... Yes, we are. Did this completely screw up my game? My game is completely messed up right now. It looks fine for you guys. I literally can't see half the map right now. Well, this is a good idea, Brian. Totally, you should do this during the middle of an episode. Oi, I can't even click on anything. All right, well, we will be back in 1 second, apparently. All right, so let's just kind of pretend that didn't happen. So I think what ended up happening is, well, so my whole idea was I was going to pull up my monitor and switch to Adobe RGB map mode just to see if there's any color difference. See if this current, not map mode, but if this current coloring scheme on my monitor was causing any reason for these two to look the same. I don't think. I think they're the actual same color. But anyways, then I realized that I was only at 60 hertz as opposed to 144 hertz, which I guess I just didn't notice this morning. So yeah. So France is actually losing all their cities right now, which is kind of bad. What happened this first era? Everyone got a golden era and, oh, she got a dark era. That's what happened. How long is this one gonna last? Another 40 turns. She's in a very bad spot right now. Yeah, this is not looking good for France. Keep in mind, this is not end of the game if she ends up losing here. Like, it's not over. She can come back from this, or at least get a couple points. I mean, at this point, if you're France, like, I don't think you're going to be winning the game. You just want to make as many points as possible. I think that's kind of the plan. So get on a different island, do what you can. I don't think she has the tech, though. She's getting currency. So that means yeah, she could seriously just go straight cartography. She needs towns. Also, probably settle here, like, just get something up. That's so hilarious. That, like, I have no idea how Teddy was able to hold on to Paris. Like, that kind of mind blows me. I guess she just didn't have large enough cities here. And it was early enough that it actually made a difference. Are they still at war, too? Yeah. She's popping out crossbows, or she has crossbows now. So, like, I doubt Teddy's going to be able to grab anything here in the future, especially with those walls. But still, man. Teddy's got the caravels going. I mean, I guess caravels do quite a bit of damage. And crossbows don't do a lot of damage to caravels. So theoretically, okay, you could take it from that. Although it looks like they just pieced because the caravel went somewhere else. Nope, the caravel just went somewhere else. All right, Teddy. If you really, though, want to get as many points as possible, keep expanding, please. Do I feel bad for France? Yeah, but, you know, France got, you know, they could have come and taken over Teddy just as easily. So they just had a bad start. It looks like France actually might get eliminated. Ah, crap. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. How are we going to do this? We're going to need a pen and paper, which I don't have right now. My pens. Ah! Pen. Okay. Ah, no. Luckily, I haven't moved my other office yet, or my other desk to the guest room yet. Okay, so what we're gonna want is we're gonna want her civic score. I will keep her religion score. Teddy doesn't have a religion, so chances are it would pretty much stay the same. I mean, obviously, at some point, India could come and grab stuff. La Rochelle's actually flipping to India? Really? Seriously? All right. Yeah, wow, by significant amounts. Now, I don't think India holds on to it. Also, Leon is going to flip over to Teddy first, which, nope, never mind. I think long-term this ends up switching, though. All right, Teddy now has, oh no, that's France. But France has nowhere to go with it. Oh, no, France. Just go throw a town to somewhere, just so I don't have to freaking redo your score, man. Does she have any wonders over here that she lost? Yeah, she did end up losing one. Actually, Teddy might have built that, to be honest. So you're full loyalty. We got that going. Are you pieced? Just peace out, Teddy. All right, they are pieced, so I might not have to write a score down yet. All she needs is she needs to not get horseback riding. She needs to freaking... Well, okay, and also the caravel can't do any damage here. She might be able to hold on to this for a little bit. But she really needs to get a town somewhere else just to get some score. Just so I don't have to, like, add up her points. Leon's about to flip to Teddy, and I imagine La Rochelle's gonna start flipping. No, full loyalty. Even without the governor. Huh, interesting. Well, long term, I don't see India holding on to La Rochelle, but maybe they will. Also, not quite sure what's happening. Did they declare war? It sure looks like India's going for an attack on Teddy, which is gonna be rather interesting. After not really being able to accomplish much with Brazil. And yeah, Brazil's got a couple island cities already. They are on 2 different islands. Like I said, I think Brazil's making a comeback here. I really do. I would not be shocked if Brazil ends up passing India before the end of the game. I think Teddy, having conquered most of... Ah, crap, it's flipping. Having conquered... Oh, and 2 turns, too. And she got another Dark Age, and Teddy got another Golden Age. Okay, well, there's her score. No, no! No, we didn't see what the score was. Main menu. Okay. This is 144, so we got to go back to like 142. This is going to be an interesting one. Because we need to add, I'm going to go all the way back to 141. It shouldn't change anything because, like, I mean, it's like 3 turns. What are people going to do with 3 turns? The advantage to this is everyone's going to have slow units. So we got that going for them. Let's actually start writing down everyone's names.
To man taking
France,
his first upright steps,
USA.
you have come far.
Why does France look like Flair?
Now begins your greatest quest.
Gandhi. I think I spelled it wrong because I always spell it wrong. And then Brazil. So this was likely to happen, someone getting eliminated at some point. But all right, so France flipping in 2 turns. So I need a phone here. What are the odds of her getting a different tech? 11 turns. I don't think she's gonna get another civic. So we're gonna give her 45. That's not calculated, Brian. 45 points for the civic. 5 for great people. 26 for the religion. 36 for the tech. 53 for era. Correct? Civic, yes. Great people, yes. Religion, yes. Era score, yes. So she ends up with 165 points. Which I'm gonna be honest, is probably really bad. Yeah, that's gonna be hard to overcome. I know I talked about losing the first one doesn't necessarily eliminate you, but I mean, here's the other thing. Theoretically, everyone else could get eliminated during a game. There is a chance that every other player gets eliminated. Like, imagine if next game France goes and destroys Gandhi. And she gets a huge point. She gets a lot of points because of it. Now, the one thing going for Teddy is he's getting wonders. I don't think he's wonder obsessed, but he seems to be getting quite a few wonders, which is nice. I really wish we could see the agendas. I'm wondering if Brazil has the Empire agenda, because he is really into settling all these other cities. Also, I love how Stonehenge got built over here in Porto Alegre. Probably because everyone already had a religion, but still. Was there no stone anywhere else? Like, that was like the 5th or 6th city here. Also, still kind of confused how La Rochelle is full loyalty. I mean, it's got the governor, but still, dang, dude. Oh, you know why? India. Because it has both Delhi and Mumbai here. I take back everything I said. You might never flip just because India gets ridiculously large cities, but we shall see. Okay, so now with France out of the game, I do think Gandhi's going to drop to 3rd. I really do. Brazil has such an advantage now in settling. Now, here's the other thing to keep in mind. I know France had a bit of a bad spot because they couldn't necessarily come down, or this was the only place for them to come settle, but they got conquered before it really made a difference. So in the scheme of things, whatever map type we use, France pretty much would have gotten their butts kicked, it looked like. Lake of the Woods. Interesting. Interesting. There's a city near Austin called Lakeway, and then there's also a city near Houston called Woodlands. So I see Lake of the Woods, and immediately I think it's like a merging of the two. I don't know if there's this... Is there a Lake of the Woods? I don't think there is. Lake of the Woods? Lake of the Ozarks, yeah. Lake of the Woods is actually a resort in North America. Okay. It's right by Canada, actually. It's up in Minnesota. Where's Firaxis located? Firaxis, USA. They're not in Minnesota, are they? I know the board game company that I like is up in Minnesota, so that's why I'm wondering if that's what I'm thinking about them. Meet our team. New designer, studio. MD. That's Maryland, isn't it? MD. Yeah, it's Maryland. So, no. I'm just wondering why they picked a Minnesota lake out of all places. So Rio's potentially under siege again, and India actually has musket men. So, you know, there's that. Here, I was giving you credit, Brazil, for doing a good job, but then you never ended up building walls. And actually, Brazil might end up getting completely kicked off this main island. So it looks like it's between Gandhi and Teddy right now after first game. Which, I mean, Gandhi and those early elephants, man. But the funny thing is Chandra Gupta didn't make it. I don't know. I just wonder what they did to the AI. There had to be some slight AI change with Gandhi before Gathering Storm, or with Gathering Storm. Because Gandhi got completely crapped on every single time, I think, pre-Gathering Storm, every time we did one of these AI series. And ever since Gathering Storm, Gandhi, I mean, they're putting in strong performance after strong performance. Remember, they barely made it. Like, they almost didn't make the knockout rounds. But still, I would say 80% of their games, they've done really well. And a lot of it has to do with just getting those elephants up. Once they get the elephants, they're a good early game. But man, they've looked really good. So that's why I kind of feel as if the AI got changed a little bit. I don't know. They're getting a lot of religion points. I would love if I could tell this, if this was a little easier to tell. But it looks like Brazil, for the most part, hasn't spread their religion outside their territory. India, however, has been going pretty heavy towards Teddy. Now, India might actually pass Teddy just because they have their religion, but right now Teddy's still looking pretty good. I think because he has more wonders. I imagine if we looked here on the wonder score, it's pretty big. 135.90, yeah. I mean, that's a lot. Also, what's our yields looking like? Teddy is doing pretty good in science, but so is Gandhi. I almost feel as if, like, Gandhi, maybe his science got tuned. So he's a little more science focused than he was before? I don't know. Still a lot of islands and a lot of game left to go here. I think we will go 315. Maybe we should do 300 because it's 3 games. Yeah, you know what? I actually like the idea. Let's go 300. That gives Teddy a chance to get his units. His buildings, and maybe. Depends on how, if he goes heavy into culture, yes. Although actually it's a science building, but he would still have to get culture to get it, but whatever. I think it's early enough. Or it's late enough to actually get everything he needs. Dude, look at just like the massive amounts of wonders here. Man, I feel like the Hue should be just a slight bit better. So the amenities are nice on the Hue. He did put the Hue in the wrong spot. It should have gone there because he could have gotten one extra amenity. Or here. But, like, it doesn't really help your lakes. It only helps your lakes if your lakes have a resource in it. But, like, having a 2-1-1 is kind of eh. Especially when you consider the fact that it does something very similar to the Petra. But the Petra is like 1,000 times better. And the Petra improves resources or tiles that basically have nothing on it and makes them decent. Like, hey, I would totally use this unimproved Petra desert tile. Where here, it's like, even with the improved Hue, it's like, I don't think I would use any of these lake tiles unless, you know, I mean, this would be like the 17th or 18th citizen you'd put there. So I feel like the Hue needs a slight buff. And the funny thing is the AI usually rushes it out too, for being kind of mediocre. Kilwell being built over here by Teddy. La Rochelle is getting whacked by those volcanoes. Didn't even notice that. India doesn't have they don't have a lot of mountains this time, yet they're still going pretty heavy in science again. So what's Brazil? Yeah, Brazil's falling behind, man, in science. But if they can keep throwing cities out, they might be able to keep have a chance. And Teddy ended up settling another island. He settled Cleveland because Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Ohio! I was born in Cleveland. I love Cleveland. I mean, I haven't been in the city since like, who knows? Since I was like, I think 11. Since we moved. No, there was one time I drove through it one time in high school, I think it was. Nah, it was pre-high school with my parents, like 8th grade or something like that. I think I went through the city. But I literally have not been, I haven't been in Ohio probably since then. So, no idea. I still root for all the Cleveland teams though. Brasilia ended up getting conquered as well. Everything over here, I mean, Brazil's not going to lose this stuff, and if they can get a couple wonders like this, they might be okay. I wonder if anyone else is building Mount St. Michel. Chances are Teddy's not going to prioritize it because he doesn't have a religion. At least I would hope he wouldn't, but we shall see. And then, yeah, India's not building it either. So, I mean, at least that's some points for Brazil. Once again, this isn't terrible for Brazil because he's going to be able to throw some more cities down. He'll be able to get at least a decent amount of points out of this game, even though he's going to get completely crapped on. So in the scheme of things, well, and keep in mind, he started it, right? Yeah, he declared war, and then India came and got the archers. That actually probably is what saved India more than anything. More than the elephants, I think it was the archers. Because those archers just allowed him to go on the offensive. Now, Teddy is actually going against India. That makes things interesting. But Teddy, instead of going for La Rochelle, which is, you know, right on his border, also Teddy's getting Rough Riders. Oh my god, that is early. And it's 2:07. I guess this game's going a little... Oh, I gotta wrap this episode up. Okay, we're gonna wrap this episode up. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, comment, let me know what you think. As always, hit the subscribe button, join the game, comment, share your support. I'll see you guys next episode. Bye, everyone!